Hey YouTube, Atabe here. Season's greetings, happy holidays, Merry Maplemas. I've been thinking about doing this video. I thought about doing it last year. Figured try to do it this year and hopefully do it ongoing. Just more as like a little time capsule or for myself to sort of reminisce. Recency bias for me happens quite a bit, so I think it's kind of fun just to reflect on a year of MapleStory and see what happened, sort of my thoughts and feelings about the game throughout this time, and just kind of reflect on everything that happened. I think this year in particular was pretty exciting, and I quickly forget a lot of things that happened earlier in the year. I think about like what happened in 2022 late last year, and yeah, we'll go into 2023. So hopefully, if you guys have been playing for the year, we can drum up some old things. But I think I think this will be fun. So yeah, her early Happy New Year's to all of you, and let's get right into it. So I thought about where to start in particular, and I figured Ignition would be a good place to go, even though we sort of already were into it in December with Hyperburn and Monster Park Extreme. I thought because of the 238 one, it started in December but actually went into 2023. So yeah, we oddly enough, Misty Island happened like right at the start of the year. We got a legacy totem. Everyone got to do all their flames. I really enjoyed this version of like an event or part of the game. Honestly, I wish I could do it more and it'd be more of a common or staple sort of thing, where we could get more totems and flame it more consistently. Shout out to anyone who got a high ranking flame on their totem. But yeah, I just think the overall like playing and going and collecting and then sort of building up through the ages and stuff like that, I thought was pretty fun. I mean, the end game one where you have to sit for like an hour and a half and do sort of idle stuff was not overly great, but yeah, I mean, we got some Misty Island stuff going on. Odium came out. Boss Extreme mode. Wait, what's Boss Extreme mode? Oh, we're just Extreme Saren Black Mage. Yeah, I mean, people are kind of just doing that now. I know, especially in Reboot specifically. It's happening a lot more frequently now, but it's kind of crazy that stuff sort of came out at the start of the year and is now just sort of getting used. We had not our first, but the parade with all of the Ignition stuff. And yeah, it was our very first Hyperburn, which seems to be more hopefully commonplace that happens. Beast Tamer creation, Zero creation, that's always fun. RIP to Beast Tamers in their future life, but yeah, I mean, that's the start of where we're at. I did want to include some cash shop stuff, both for Reg and Reboot. I know that I am primarily a Reboot player, but yeah, I figured talking a little bit about that stuff. I only do also want to focus mostly on GMS content. So I know that we do get the hindsight of being able to look 6 months down the road, but I figured just sort of being in it and going through, we can do stuff in hindsight and it's a little bit more fun. So yeah, Reboot got their VAC pets again, January 11th of 2023. It lasted for 14 days, and yeah, we got this set again. I remember when this came out again, being kind of sad that we didn't get like set number 2 of the stuff, which had like the like Little Reaper and stuff, but I mean, Dusk Dawn and Little Glowy, always super cute. So yeah, that's sort of how we started our 2023 stuff. We then rolled into, I didn't really want to go and like pre-plan these because I also wanted a little bit of a genuine reaction. But yeah, we got Neo Tokyo with Afuabin. No, I butchered that. But yeah, more EXP arcane node stones. Familiars chairs, one of the better unit damage skins. I thought this one was kind of fun for like the completionists. I mean, the completionists in me, having to do all of like the little challenges and stuff for everything. I thought was kind of cool. A nice little side hustle for that sort of stuff. Super haste, you know, hasty makes tasty, which is always super fun. Oh, this was the I always haste title. But yeah, I mean, anytime you can get a good leveling event going on, that's always super fun. The maple hashtag chair. I didn't do this one a whole lot. I mean, I collected node stones and arcane symbols in 2x, but as far as like making this as a content creator, I felt it hit too close to home. I probably should have done a little bit more, but I was like, nope, can't do it. Another daily check-in. Yeah, I mean, Neo Tokyo was sort of fun little in-between, you know, event. Got to do that sort of stuff. The Mighty Morphine duo, who are kind of going Super Saiyan, oddly enough. But yeah, that's definitely really, really close to that. But yeah, we got our Return of Yeti Pink Bean, the best in slot title that you could get, combining them both into that. I thought was cool. It's interesting being able to get the title and then put it on, or just have it on two separate characters. I remember this kind of sort of beginning to be the start of, like, for me personally, where it was like really hard into boss mules. So it's like, oh, I can get a permanent boss mule title on some characters. That's amazing. So yeah, I mean, it took a while to level them in some more daily gaming, but I thought overall it was pretty fun. Nice little side event. The Grow the Rock Spirits. This was, I think, one of the starter ones for me for like tickets being really, really good for mules and getting really good mule EXP, sort of jump starting a bunch of boss mules and getting that sort of stuff. We got Maple Chronicles. If you like lore or reading any of that, I mean, they're still revamping the Maple Chronicle stuff even to this day, so that's amazing. And yeah, we got our quick little UI update, so that was kind of fun. I'm gonna do a little bit more into patch note. They did it so well for action. I would be like, that's okay. Alright, let's do it this way. Yeah, so let's just preview that. Oh, we got some job balance changes and stuff like that. Yeah, another quality of life improvement, which honestly I think in like springtime is like an amazing place in between sort of like summer and winter updates, or winter and summer updates, I guess, where you get sort of the more mini, like, hey, here's all the things that we're improving and we're making better, quest improvements, item improvements, like being able to have, you know, you can cut out equipments, or like auto complete or auto take arcane dailies and stuff like that. I think that was honestly one of those ones for me that's still really great in there. Pink Bean Step Up, Stan's Letter. Yeah, I do remember just so much EXP coming out of this event, which was super fun. I mean, having a unit animated skin was one of the fun ones for me. And yeah, then we go right into the birthday. So this will put us in April, May-ish, which was fun. I remember these like the kids growing up, but then there's like that one anime with the kids with the glow sticks, and it was very like I was like, oh, that's just like a carbon rip right off from that one. I'm sure you guys are going to be like, what the heck is he talking about? Yeah, I mean, like, look at all this stuff. Just amazing items, arcane selectors. Yeah, arcane and level up pots. A nice medal, as per the usual. The dolphin. Oh, the wardrobe leveling up and going through there. This was the first photo that we got of the 5 billion fairy heart, which, I mean, we were all super excited when we were told that we were getting a $5 billion fairy heart with super extra stats and in no way, shape, or form just inflation. Yeah, luckily it only went up to 4 billion. Yay, that never changed. I think it's kind of one of those weird ones where like we like won, but we still lost. And like on the birthday of all events, because the fairy heart always comes out for MapleStory, like it's predominantly in a lot of the major updates. I felt like on your anniversary updates or your notes, like this is when things should be discounted. Like it's like, oh, if it's 2 billion, otherwise it should be like 1 bill or 1.5, and for it to go up to like 4 bill was the end result. It's like I hope at some point they like make it cheaper and kind of like the birthday one should always have the best stuff. Like birthday, Black Friday. That's kind of the where it should go. Yeah, click momentary, piggy bank lucky, inactive guild removals. Yeah, pretty standard 18th, 19th anniversary. I'm concerned what 2024 is going to look like with the like 20th anniversary, but it's actually the 19th anniversary, and how all that's going to get programmed into it, but we'll see how it all goes. Okay, so this was our big summertime update, the old savior one. So we got Guild Castle, which still working on, still enjoying. I'm getting my daily nodestone every single day. I've added it to my daily collection, even at my level and my stuff. I use it for Fatal Strike and for training boost nodes. So I get that. We get extra nodestones through the Guild Castle. Like, oh, did we already get Shangri-La? But I remember this, like, we got Shangri-La, but couldn't use Shangri-La for a while. Calling in the Three Perils. We got Kali, which is like an amazing character. Longstronaut. Faster levels. Yeah, this was our... we got 2 EXP reductions this year. That's crazy. So reduced from 220 to 259. And then we got increased dailies for symbols, Locklean. All right, we got rid of Dream Defender and now in Midnight Chaser. Another burning. Star Force advancement. Okay, so there's been so many like reductions in Star Force cost, and like we got rid of like 12 to 15 hell. So that was sweet. I think this honestly was like one of the larger boosts to having like, especially like mules and other characters get to 17 stars. Booming equipment now is like way less like, I guess, stressful in a way, because it's like If you're going from 17 to 18, at least if it booms, you just like pump it right back to 17 on like an event or something like that. New fit shop skills, sure. Stat UI getting improved. Okay. Interested in that comment because it's like, did it? And then yeah, we got Callie's update notes. Wants or not, I think like mini game weeks, cheer up weeks. Wait, was when was bingo? When I need to control F bingo. Yes. It was mini game week. I'm having PTSD flashbacks from playing bingo. Honestly, I love one card. One card is, I mean, it's Uno. Who doesn't like Uno? Yut is my favorite game, or Ute. Just, I mean, it's so RNG based. A little bit of strategy, lots of frustration. I just love that. Risky Dino Rush was honestly trash. I hope they never bring it back. I heard KMS really enjoyed this game. I think it's just like garbage, and like it's like fake news. Like KMS players are probably like, oh yeah, we love this game. You guys should get it too. Which it's like, please don't bring that back. Bring back other stuff. Cake stacking, always good. I mean, Tipsy Tower is fine. Colorful Savior. Oh, that was DDR. I love DDR. Seesaws, like us prepping for totems or Totem Slash. Love that game as well. Ox Quiz, always hilarious to play Ola Ola. Ola Ola? There was like an old school quiz one. But yeah. Hilarious watching people not know stuff or just do it incorrectly. Rock, paper, scissors was kind of meh. It was fine. But bingo, oh man. The amount of frustration coming from people playing bingo was honestly just like palpable. Yeah, people just being like, I'm getting RNG cocked and stuff. And it's just like, yeah, them the breaks. I was fortunate to get my... And it's also funny because like winning bingo also gave you a damage skin, which was like the best prize. So yeah, did it, did my thing, enjoyed my life. I love bingo. Bring me back more bingo. I'm sure that's going to get me destroyed, but I love bingo. Tell me more about this. The jet job is tentatively planned for the second part of the Savior update. We want to ensure that all systems are functioning going down a rabbit hole. Oh, jet job advancement. This is our removal of jet. I mean, how can we not talk about this year without having this done? So, I mean, yeah, it started, I guess, in April. Shit, I didn't think it was that old. But yeah, had that fateful day where we weren't able to. It was in February? No. I'm reading for the first time and I'm like, what is happening now? Yeah, I mean, I guess technically, yeah, you can still have your character. You can still have your jet around. But yeah, they disabled it, and then we kind of been, a lot of us have been sitting. Yeah, R.I.P. Space Cowboy. Not a whole lot I can say to that. He's living his best paladin life now. Yeah, we finally got calling, guild castle, all the fun stuff with guild stuff. And then journey towards 6-star. This did come out in July. Oh my god. So yeah, this is where we got the play 1 to 5, or chapters 1 to 5. I remember that you needed to have a burning character for a bunch of the events, and that burning character needed to be in the same server as all your other characters, which sucked for some of the regular server people who did it in Burning World and then didn't realize that it needed to be kind of done in both. But one of the glitches was that the burning event was actually going to end before Journey to 6-star kind of like concluded in November. So they had to extend burning like months and months and months longer to actually be able to compensate, because I think chapter 3 or 4 had burning stuff in it still, which would have been well past your character creation setup. So yeah, shout out to Journey Towards 6-star for letting us keep our burn a little bit longer. This is where we also got to, as a Beam Brigade member, we got to do our 6-star showdown and complete all daily chapter missions, which was a lot. Yeah, shout out to Team Yeti, number 1. Still looking for my trophy, but it was great. There were so many. Honestly, do you have all the chapters here? No, just 1 and 2. Honestly, some of these were like really, I enjoyed a lot of it. Some of them were super hard and like arbitrary, but I remember chapter 1 being one of the ones where it's like, that one was easy, totem slash fine. Node stones was meh. The 500 AFK mobs was kind of nuts. 20 Stormwings. That was an RNG nightmare that I hated. Could not handle that. Had to log into other characters and just grind it out. I won't touch too much on this. It was a fun event, and we got so many good items, progress, rewards, all that stuff. Like, I'm so glad that we got it. Because yeah, it ended up being like 2,400 node stones and a bunch of symbols and stuff. So like, kudos to GMS for bringing that over and making our journey to 6-star a little bit easier. That kind of leads into like GMS getting, so by the time Savior came out in the summertime, KMS had done this. I know I was going to talk GMS specifically, but we got hints about what was coming, how things were going, what we were prepping for. And even now we get the luxury of having sort of a 6 months advance to be able to prep, get 6,000 fragments for Soul Janus. Perfect. But yeah, we go into August, which was Punch King Palooza update. Our first sort of like test against other people, battle for dominance, aside from like Dojo, I guess. I'm glad that they made it so that you had like specific, like you're playing against jobs and it's just not class diff. The ring shop. Oh man, getting these like special black ring tickets. I remember this. Oh, that unit damage skin was actually pretty tight as well. Yeah, this was so much fun. More updates to the Maple Chronicle. Perfect. Thank you for that. And then updating changes, new graphical things to improve. Pitch boss set items have been improved to allow limited number of Scissors of Karma moving, which is great. Meant that reg server could trade pitch bosses and get all that stuff. And then they did some updates to boss monsters and made it a little bit better overall. So yeah, I mean, overall, Punch King was a pretty solid update. Can I pull into it? Oh, before I get into that, in March, we had the Marvel machine come back. That was pretty great. I mean, gambling. Gamble. It's legitimately a slot machine. And then, yeah, we also, just before August, got our second set of VAC pets for the year. And we did get set number 2, which was amazing. So yeah, Toth, Vela, and Little Death all coming in. Buying them for 99k on X and starting your subscription fee. So, I mean, lots of cute little VAC pets. Always fun. Gotta love all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, we were also fortunate. I think we got, like, with Journey to 6-star as well, I think we were given like probably 8 or 9 VAC pets for 2023, just like the month-long CPB or like little Terry's. Yeah, I think we were kind of fortunate in that way of getting a bunch of extra VAC pets. Always sad when they dry up and we don't get to use them anymore, but I mean, anything to get us hooked a little bit, which is great. And then yeah, in August again, we got the Marvel machine again, so I was able to do more gambling. If that's your thing. Yeah, buff ride, always great. Just want to make sure I'm not missing any. Punch King. Quality reboot world change. Right. This was the 5% walk-in. Yes. God, has it already been that long? August. Yeah, we got our 5%, so you couldn't do carries anymore, which was a super fun thing. Tactical relay came back. Tactical. This is one of those ones that's like fun if you're like an 6 to 8k Legion gamer and or higher, whatever, and you have your account set up and it's great and la-di-da-di-da. I'm just going to go blow through this. If you're like fresh from coming back, and I mean, the announcement of 6 Job coming back had a lot of people come back in summer, fall sort of time. So then to get like pushed into Tactical Relay, it was just like, I can't do this, or I can't get the event. It was a lot of frustrating times for people. I know in the springtime, summertime, we got Shining, which would have been the last patch note, but yeah, I mean, Punch King, go every day, every week, get your stats, get your extra bonuses, live your best life. Cry that you can't get carried anymore, and you can't do carries. Overall, I mean, Punch King was one of those ones that came and went. Midnight Carnival. Oh, heck. This is one of those ones. So this is, we, like, as a, like, reboot player, we knew that we were going to be getting KMS EXP reductions. So this was like, I remember people talking about Legacy EXP, or still calling it Legacy EXP. But this was like your, hey, it's a training event similar to Haste. Midnight Carnival always gives huge amounts of EXP. So make sure that you train up, get to where you need to be. Saw a lot of people playing super hard. Shout out to all the MVPers and people who were running that sort of stuff and letting the public know about MVPs and doing the sponsorships to pay the money to get more EXP for everyone. We got rid of the we got rid of. We got the second pendant slot permanently. We showed enough interest, which was great for the Maple community to show enough interest on getting the permanent secondary pendant. So that was good. Our Halloween Magic Slate, which was an okay event. Another cash shop inventory stuff. That's definitely not nearly enough information for that. There was so much that happened during this event. The load time improvement, oh my god. When MapleStory would have to check every single thing on your file, and basically if you didn't have an SSD, you were running like, if you had a hard drive disk with a lot of information on it, and not a very fast computer or like a potato, I remember people talking about, 7-8 minute login times. And if you DC'd or you crashed, like having to wait for someone to log in to do your bossing was just a bit of a nightmare. So I'm glad that they were able to update that and get that sort of stuff set up. Princess No quests going to everybody was huge. God, I personally already forgot about this. That was a great change that needed to be made. Yeah, and low time improvements. Classic designer brink, special stuff. I mean, yeah. Halloween, more jet stuff. So lots of training, lots of grinding. I was really hoping that they would show this. Did anyone else pick the gambler? Like, I think it was Karen or Kareen? Where it was like, yeah, I just need 60% of the time for it to be the jackpot reward, and then it kind of balances out, and I like to gamble, and we're all gambling degens, so I'm just going to continue to do that. So I'm going to pick this one. Week 1, there it is. That's what I did. It was great. I got great RNG for like 3 days, and then it plummeted to the point where it was like, no, this isn't worth it. And a lot of people didn't. And then I was like, me and my boy Spiegel he's been here since day dot. CPQer, I don't know why I left you. I got tricked by the Vixen with the hat, with the cowboy hat. Shout out Nico Robin with the cowboy hat. Got tricked by her. Going back to my boy day dot. Rest of the event, I was like, I'm just rolling with him. Can't do it. If I remember anything about this event, it's Legacy EXP getting absolutely destroyed by RNG. Oh man. And not having enough time to make enough level. So that's more of a personal skill issue. And then we roll into New Age. This was honestly the most exciting stuff to come out. Made me super hyped. 6-job skills, Soul Erda. We were finishing off 6-star showdown. We had Maple Fest come up. Was able to get out to LA. Shout out Nexon. Was able to get out there and enjoy Maple Fest, meet Wonky, do all that stuff. And yeah, I mean, it was crazy to get all that stuff, see all of it. Kind of hurt with the grinding, but was what it was. Yeah, this is the patch that we're currently on. It goes until 2024. Yeah, our big winter update. We got our EX. I'm just going to go down the list. 6-job, an hour and a half to 2 hours to actually get the skills. Have to do it on every single character. I'll go a little bit into detail about hopefully what happens with that later on. But yeah, I mean, the FD increase just right off rip is amazing. Reboot world name changes. This actually in summertime, we got our 40 channels back, which usually springtime they go down. And then in the summer, it goes back up to 40. Then in the fall, it usually goes back down to 30. And then usually in the winter, we get it back up to 40 just because of major updates and server interest. This year was with the announcement in KMS to get 6 job. It was actually like we had the most amount of people log into MapleStory ever this year. But the summertime like seasonal player rush actually just didn't go away. It dips, obviously. People go back to school or jobs, whatever. But like it definitely maintained, and I'm glad that MapleStory or Nexon was able to continue to have 40 channels and Reboot specifically, to continue doing that. And yeah, it's running until who knows. But I'm glad that they actually kept focus on how many logins do we have and how do we keep at least Reboot World happy or going. They announced that we're getting Hyperion, and Reboot 1 is becoming Kronos. I mean, Kronos is the Titan of Time. I think he's a Titan from Greek mythology. But yeah, Kronos, great name. I mean, some people don't like it. I think it would have been kind of funny if they called it Reboot 1 and 2. But yeah, Kronos is good. Kind of wish that we were called Hype. Because just being Hype is amazing, but Hyperion, great name as well. I mean, I guess you're building up hype for new servers. So yeah, this was something that I did not see coming. When it was announced, I was like, holy, that's crazy. You know, kind of good on them for, you know, hey, if you're coming back to the MapleStory game, we're going to put out a new server. That way you can progress through the game with other people who also want to share a brand new experience. Again, like one of those ones, returning players, it's a brand new experience again. You know, someone like myself who got to like 9.5k Legion, I got asked a lot, like, are you moving to Hyperion? And I was like, no, I have, you know, a bunch of permanent pets, a bunch of vac pets, NX, and my account is too progressed for me to split. If 6 job wasn't coming out this year, or we didn't know about it, I may have been a little bit more inclined, but I was like, oh, I'm going to be farming for 6 job as well. So it's like I need to be able to do that. But yeah, we got our second EXP reduction, which makes honestly 250 like a cakewalk. They increased, like, if you do dailies and Monster Park, you're getting so much EXP from like 235 onwards that like making 250 mules is like, I honestly think it's like a month-long process if you're like 235, like 40% a day or something like that, which honestly it's great for the people who care about Legion or Legion mains. Got Shangri-La a little bit. The Tower of Oz went away. Oh man, I have a love-hate relationship with Oz. I loved that I got my Roar 4 from it. I'll never forget that. It was a great day. Spending hours and hours in that damn tower. I'm so glad that it's gone and now it's just related to bosses. I think it's making people progress through the game faster and getting those like super OP rings faster, which is good. Honestly, it's good. The V-Matrix improvements. V-Matrix improvement, honestly, is like one of the things that I don't think Maplers talk about enough. It's kind of changed how Nodestone priority for like boss mules or like that early level grinding, like so much. Like before it was like, oh, get tri-nodes, get, you know, if your class has 3 skills or 6 skills or 9 skills. But you know, if it's a 6 skill class, get 4 tri-nodes, mix them around, prioritize, do all this stuff. Now some of those classes, like, yeah, you can run those 4 tri-nodes, but like more times than not for me, I'm putting in 2 additional ones just for like my main either bossing or mobbing skill, just to pump it up to 60 nodes. And then I don't have to like get them 25. I can just get them like 15, which is 45, and then 15 extra points from the level things. So much cheaper, so much less node intensive. You can like play around with it a little bit more. It's not super min-maxy, but it's also very min-maxy. It's like you're min-maxing the early game, and then later on you'll fix for the late game. But it honestly makes characters so much easier to level, so much faster, like boosts to damage if you're doing it like that now. Like I look at my some of my boss mules who don't have the node things, and I'm throwing 2 of them into them just so that they get like 6 more extra AP into those skills. It also helps if you get to 6 job and you need that for like later on. But yeah, V Matrix improvements are huge. I know we're getting future V Matrix improvements, but yeah, ability improvements was also huge. This was like new age, honestly, unironically, a brand new age to MapleStory. It's a huge upgrade to everything that's going on, and a cool, like a quality of life patch, which when they talk about better Maple, it was 100% better Maple. Yeah, I'm not going to go into everything in there, but definitely made a lot of things better. More resolution things. We got the character outline so you don't lose yourself in bosses. I know that was earlier in the year, but it definitely happened this year. We got hyper burning to 260, which was just another like power creep point of like, you know, instantly getting characters there. 10 extra levels relative to the 250. Yeah, I mean, it's been, they're making the 0 to 100 Legion grind a little bit easier. Another thing that like happened a lot this year was the mini games in a lot of these events were really geared towards like 200 plus. I think a lot of times in years past, it's been going, get your character from 0 to 200 and sort of stopping you at 200, and then go have fun in Arcane River, have a good time. I think 2023 in particular really, really focused on, okay, your character's 200, 210, whatever. Let's get you to 250. Let's get you through Arcane River. Let's pump you along. Let's slide you through. And yeah, I think, you know, the New Age one is no different with Storehouse, Aqua Adventure, all of this stuff. You're getting levels on levels on levels on levels on levels. Yeah, Journey Towards 6-star. We also got another Shining event to round out the year. And yeah, just overall a super fun time. Yeah, the more EXP from dailies, like it's just so much good stuff going more towards daily gaming, and that sort of stuff, and helping people. We got Easy Calling, Easy Kalos, which I think are phenomenal stepping stones for characters who are scared to learn some of these boss mechanics and create parties like that. It's kind of one of those things, like it's sort of like a double-edged sword, because I think they're also kind of like too easy for some people, that they just like burst it down and don't really learn the mechanic of the boss. And then if they do end up progressing to like Kalos, for example, going to normal Kalos, they then struggle a little bit with the mechanics because they're not used to it. But at least people are trying it. They're getting new stuff. We got level 5 Oz rings, which is great. This can be saved for next year. We got Shangri-La and Arteria. So I think that's 3 maps, right? Odium, Shangri-La, Arteria. Yeah, we got 3 new Grandis maps, which is wild. And then the Abyssal Expedition that we're currently in. So I think it's kind of interesting that, well, this is our last patch. This takes us into right now, where we're at in the game. We got our new boss difficulties. Arteria, Carcion comes in later. We get another update to Maple Chronicles. So they were really trying to get the MapleStory all intact, and I think that's good. A little bit of retconning never hurt anyone, and then we can go into what the future looked like in Darmore, I believe. But yeah, it's interesting that I started this video talking about Misty Island, and we're into, like, I find Abyssal Expedition very Misty Island focused. Like, Misty Island wasn't quite AFK stuff, but at the same time, like, very not Maple vibes. I'm enjoying it. It's kind of one of those weird ones. I'm also a person who leaves his computer on all the time, so it doesn't really affect me a whole lot. But yeah, it's interesting. Rewards, EXP. I started talking Misty Island Legacy Totem. We're now getting Legacy Legion card, but I mean, if they keep out coming with new events like this, I guess it technically won't be Legacy. It'll just be what it is. We're still doing Hyper Burn in there. We still have all the Indusk stuff. Maple Mass. Legendary Blue Dragon comes in a little bit later, and yeah, that's where we're at. So we went from Ignition. It's interesting that there were 2 midnight, like midnight just before, midnight just before. Good leveling events before. But you know, we rounded out Ignition to end the year. Got Neo Tokyo, Yeti Peppy, Maple Mass. We got a brand +1 character, -1 character, minus half a character. Sorry, Beast Tamers. But yeah, we had 2 sets of Vac Pets, 2 Marvel machines. We got a brand new character. Everybody, almost everyone, got 6 job. We had a Punch King set up. We got a brand new boss. Yeah. A couple of legacy things, or like one-time things in Misty Island prior, and then obviously New Age coming in. Yeah, I think the game sort of looked at 5th job, gave it a friendly handshake and a farewell. And yeah, we're looking into 2024, 6th job, fragment farming, doing all that stuff. You know, people are out there grinding, beating their head against the wall, but you can look at 5th job and see how quick they streamlined and fixed that stuff up, to know that probably will happen very similarly with 6th job. But yeah, I think 2023 was one of those weird ones. It honestly, I think I was in a little bit of a lower point coming into, you know, Midnight Carnival Ignition. I was excited about Dawn Warrior and like that remix, but there were other things that happened at the tail end of 2022 to, you know, it sort of hurt leveling in Reboot. Much like also it did this year. But I think as time went on for the year, you know, excited about the anniversary, and then us getting a new character. Like Q2, Q3, Q4 saw an increase in my like excitement for the game, my login, my hours. I definitely wanted to play the game more, grind more, do all that stuff. And you know, I think Nexon did a super great job in that sort of stuff. Again, I'm thankful for all the opportunities that they've definitely given me throughout the year as well, to be able to enjoy this game. Yeah, that was kind of it. Much of a different video. I know I've been rambling a little bit. I wanted to kind of reminisce a little bit more than just do a scripted and maybe not as genuine of a holy this happened, you know, this year. Because sometimes, at least for me, I remember things like recency bias happens and I'm like, oh yeah, the Clover shop happened, but apparently that didn't happen this year. Must have happened at the end of 2022. But we didn't get one this year, which is understandable, I guess. But yeah, I'm hoping to do this every single year. I do want to end this video just saying thank you all for watching, helping me grow. If you do watch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/autobay112, come by, say hi. Please subscribe to this channel. Like I say, it really helps me grow in that regards. I will be doing another video talking about my thoughts on 2024, and do a little bit less recollection and a little bit more projection, or my thoughts and feelings about what's going to come up, or the state of MapleStory. So yeah, look forward to that in the new year. And yeah, happy holidays, happy Maplemas, early happy new year, and take care.